Hey, hello everybody, it's Ultranum here and we are back in the library of Ruina. Last time we beat both the Molar office and the stray dogs, so now it is time to beat some more abnormalities. We haven't touched on them for quite a while and I also made some new tactics, like with Hot, using really strong attacks and Brawl to copy them. Let's see if that works. If it doesn't, I'll cut and make a much more normal strategy. We enter the book of red shoes. Let's go and try this out. So we have two shoes now. One is fixed at 1 speed, the other is fixed at 6 speed. Interesting. The left shoe and the right shoe. They both are attacking her, but I can take the right shoe with him. We can probably pause it. And I think Brawl will be the best choice here. Yeah, it copied Retaliate. Alright, we have enough light, right? Do we? Yes. So now we use another Brawl and try to copy scratch that. And this is not the best position we are in. But let's try this out. So we lost this clash, but we did come back and do damage. And our retaliation procced instead of scratch that, but it's still working as intended. So now I do not know what to do here. Probably do the same thing we're doing this whole fight. So once again retaliate procs instead of scratch that. And I am pretty positive that we don't have any brawls now. But we can take this with scratch that still. So we have to use it when he's angry, right? I don't understand how today's expression works, really. Probably should go on the Wikipedia and read something about it. So we rotate here and crush this shoe. Wow, the strategy is working much better than I expected. We're just cruising through this abnormality battle with ease. Oh my god. Finally, an easy abnormality battle. Suppression of the red shoe is complete. All of the abnormality pages are breakdown pages. Not the best for sure. Hello, got some fresh books for you. Hi Roland, you're working hard as always. Yeah, tell me, if only Miss Head Librarian could appreciate all this hard work with a huge reward or anything. How are you doing with Angela, by the way? So I guess. She can be scary at times, but I can live with it. Angela seemed to be the most comfortable when she was talking with you. Really? To be fair, it's all the librarians I've met so far that seem to despise Angela. You told me before about your motto of that's that and this is this, right? I've been thinking, and I don't think I can follow that. I'd have to loathe Angela with all my being, but I just can't get myself to bear any unconditional hatred towards her. Oh boy, that took a turn. I'm guessing it's because Angela has her fair share of tragic history and stuff? That's right, everyone has their own stories. Even if someone is committing bad things right now. I don't want to judge them based on solely the snippets I see of them. So I try to understand them in depth. Man, you're an angel. I wish Yasod and Nenzach were half as kind as you. Do I look like a good person to you, Roland? Don't know about that. Kind and good aren't exactly one and the same. If that's so, I wasn't really a good person, you see. Oh, is this about your first and second lives? I remember Malkath talking about them. I see, that's how Malkath posted. Yeah, you're right, my first life was a tragic one. The music has shifted to be much more tense. Interesting. That seems to be the case with everyone here. You were all doing research to cure humanity, right? So many people were killed because of me. Huh? You're admittedly pretty good at fighting the librarian, but you don't smell like a serial killer or anything. Do I? I think I'm directly responsible for their death. I snitched to the head about the experiments we were doing, and about the atrocious things we were committing. They sent an arbiter. I have no idea how to pronounce that word. Wow, my English is far from the best. To the laboratory and killed so many of my colleagues. When I heard the news, I couldn't take it anymore, so I took my own life. What happened there? I had to watch as Malcolm, Yesod and Netzer died to horrible deaths in the laboratory. And what happened to a young boy who had participated in the experiment? That's not all. We injected people with drugs and recorded the changes and side effects they made. Within the city? No, the laboratory was in the outskirts, to avoid the head and its eyes. Now you can see that I'm not a good person at all, right? Nope, it's not that. I'm frowning because there's one thing about this story I don't understand. The head bothered to dispatch an arbiter just to take care of a research project that got some people killed? Or one that took place in the outskirts outside the city's limits? This part doesn't make any sense. Are you really sure it was an arbiter? That's what I heard. It matches what I learned in lobotomy preparation during my second life too. It's still too hard for me to believe. You're pondering over odd things, Roland. I thought you'd lambast me for being a traitor. Well, betrayals happened on a daily basis when I used to live. Besides, real betrayals tend to be a whole lot more cruel. Are you from one of the nests, Hot? Yeah, I was born in a nest, and went to a school in a nest. And the other librarians are too? Most of them are. There's one from the back streets and one from the outskirts, but that's about it. Damn, you guys were all elites, huh? I gotta wonder how you ended up living such a miserable life. You all had the drive to leave behind the comfort of living in a nest for a research facility in the outskirts. That must have taken some determination. My bad for calling you a bunch of spineless snobs. We were full of passion too, which I ended up betraying. That means the reason you can't blindly hate Angela was mostly an excuse for yourself? I guess. I made a huge mistake once, but I wanna be better now. I want to become a better person. I'm sure everyone wants to. At the same time, a part of my mind still can't forgive Angela. We've already spent 2 days on this stalemate. You're holding up much better than I expected. Of course we are. Did you really think we'd go to sleep just because you told us to? However, it is only a matter of time. And the time is what matters to you most right now. Our employees have sustained too much damage. Their organizations are at their limits too. I put up with the play for such a long time, I could pass a day or two in an instant. But the last 2 days have felt so long and slow. Angela, your filthy deed born of your personal desire shall never be brought to fruition. The circumstances are no longer the same as before, Gibura. I am now aware of the existence of ego and its capabilities. All employees from the welfare and disciplinary teams have fallen. You'll never get to spread the light for those 7 days you all planned. It would last, perhaps 4 days at most? And I'd be left with only 2 or 3 days worth of light for myself. In any case, none of us will have won this battle. What is your point? I'd like to make a proposal. This looks really cool. I want to leave, you see? Angela offered us a deal, and many of the Sephiroth were against it. Sephiroth? Oh, that's what the Blarians were called back in Lobotomy Corporation. The 9 Blarians sleeping on each floor, you know? I see. Yeah, the ones I met didn't seem too happy with the job. I guess that's why you all hate Angela so much. Me, Malkas, Yesod, Nedzach and Hokma were the ones opposing her offer. That means the other 4 approved it. Angela wasn't completely alone, huh? To be fair, they weren't actively supporting it, it was more of a deferral. 1 second. Why were you against her offer if you thought she could eventually become a better being? It's silly, I know. Even in the middle of that, I was thinking I could repent for my sins with death. Hold on, you what now? You were supposed to die at the end of the plan Angela ruined? Yep. The whole thing was meant to end with us shutting down, falling into an eternal slumber, knowing that our long desired wish was fulfilled. Geez, you were all ready to really accept a morbid fate like that? You're always surprised over the oddest details around. I thought you'd blame me for running away from my problems, even at the end. Nah, that's a natural reaction in my opinion. I'm not a very strong or spirited person, so I get why you would do that. So, in summary, you objected to Angela's offer at first because you wanted to forfeit your own life as the last step of your atonement, but now that you had some time to think things over, you're willing to give Angela a chance? Yeah, that's about right. It was a rather heavy topic for me, but you summed it up neatly. Well, things are bound to seem lighter from an outsider's perspective. Thanks for listening anyways, it helped me sort through my thoughts too. You're welcome, miss. It's all part of my work. Why are they talking so much? Okay, so we don't have anything too wild on Nezek's floor, it's just the same basic strategy that might fail us actually. So if it does, I will cut and make a better strategy. So just bear with me here. Let's see. Pebble. Restore 20% HP at the start of the scene. Does not activate if the current HP is 1. Don't leave me. HP does not go below 1. Become staggered upon taking lethal damage. After 2 scenes, recover HP equal to the current HP of another ally. If all allies have 1 HP at the start of the scene, die. So, here we need to get them to 1 HP at the same time and they will die both. And they also use blunt damage. I resisted, mostly. No, everywhere, alright. So we should try to overpower it with Retaliate, right? Let's see. Nope, I did not get lucky. But I did here. Oh god. That was pretty good. So, let's deal more stagger damage. Oh, it will stagger him for sure. Nice. Well, this is really interesting. So let's deal some damage here and here as well. Let's see, 3 damage and 3 damage, not the best. They both are intact once again. Glimmer. We can try to overpower, and if we get lucky this will be pretty easy. The same attack is used here, alright. No, we did not get lucky. Of course we didn't. Wow. Let's give it to Nancy. The same glimmer is used. I do not know what to do here. We can try to prepare mind this. He once again uses glimmer, but he won't use it next turn because of the light, right? Let's see. I rolled high here. So now they can't use glimmer. That is great news. 11 stagger, I don't think I can pull this off, but I can try to fleet footsteps. And here we will try to stagger with stay something in bed. That worked. Well, this didn't stagger him at all because this is dodging. We can try to set fire. And no, we will probably retaliate here because piercing damage does more. And we'll set fire here for more damage. Oh, it has 4 speed, meaning that it won't stop. Alright, so we should set fire for the clash and retaliate for damage. That's a lot of damage. We did not stagger. So... This page does nothing. But we don't have any damage to deal. Weekend preparation. And Res Guide to Survival will probably do something at least. 5 stagger, we have to deal more than that. Nope, we didn't. Roll twice low. Why do I roll so low? And I don't have any light left. Let's gain endurance. Oh, it's this tag again. That I don't have anything to do with. Staggered. This is taking much longer than it should. So this tag again. Let's try using preparation here and using our power here. And naturally I roll super low. I don't have anything for retaliate. Sure. Pebble won't do anything. So we can just try to do as much damage on this one. Right. And we stagger. So this is alright. Now let's see. We still don't have any light. And we don't have any light here too. Not the ideal situation that I was looking for. We can try to do this here. I did dodge twice. And the light wasn't returned. Can I even get my emotions up for more light? Or is this the maximum? Because this greatly limits my usage of cards. So we can use Skitter Away here for a free hit. Alright, 1 damage. I don't think we can win this. We don't have any light, so I'll just forfeit here and we'll try again. And now we have made the decks. So this deck is very similar to Hot's deck, and Jewel now has some cards that will help her restore light. So let's try once again. We can brawl this. Oh, they start out with Glimmer. Interesting. And let's retaliate here. Well, that's a lot of damage. This isn't. Let's use Echoes for more stagger damage. And what can we do here? We can use this and hope for a stagger. And we'll use Rampage here instead of Daring Decision because I do not want to lose all my cards. Or pages rather. I'm playing Library of Ruin after all. And he's on 1 HP, so... Still staggered. And now we have only 1 to deal with. Don't have any light, but I will recover some. Glimmer. Let's try for Overpower. This worked, alright. I got lucky finally. Now we have full light on Nenzach. And we can brawl here. And Well, everything does not do too much damage, but this is the most. Alright. Will this kill? Yes, it will. Okay, suppression of Child of the Galaxy complete, and I think Brawl, using Brawl and Sky Z and other super strong cards is a very unbalanced type of strategy. So I don't know if I will still use it, but it is very strong. Interesting. Alright. And I have to read even more. Oh. I skipped some. You know it, maybe we're on the same page after all. Oh, you brought a different booth this time. This is a liquor with a legacy that's so deeply tied to art it's almost legendary. Since I'm in charge of arts, I could use some stimulation to work like a real artist. This one's pretty strong, but it's charming nonetheless. What if Angela scored us like last time though? Yeah, we can worry about that later. Works for me. By the way, just thought I'd mention there's no need to worry about courtesy and stuff with me. I'd say it's more comfortable for me to go with courtesy. Alright then. Look at this glowing green liquor. It's just like the arts of the city. Imitations that are provocative but nothing else. Imitations of imitations, in fact. Though I don't see any point in being original either. I'm likely someone or something else imitation too. As if stuff like originality or arts even matters in the city in the first place. All the self-acclaimed artists are nutcases. They seem to be mistaken any stimulation or was the stronger than usual for art. Just like how I'm praising this drink as a work of art. The pianist must have been one hell of a stimulant then. I heard its music was a hair-raising masterpiece that awoke this grey city from its ennui. Is this how you pronounce it? I have no idea. Well, the intensity was unprecedented, that's for sure. And some are still hungover from that performance, like the way I slammed with a real strong booze. How about you? I must be one of them, I suppose. I never heard that kind of music before. I guess you've taken a liking to arts, seeing as you're talking about all this. True. If I could choose to live a different life, I might have been a painter or something. Painter, huh? I'd be able to quietly express all my emotions on the painting. Maybe I could have lived a humble life just like that. And how the modest man like yourself end up getting involved in something as grandiose as curing humanity? It really is a mystery, I'm not even sure. I think I wanted to be of help to someone. Oh, someone? Perhaps your first love? Was it love, really? Even if it were, it wouldn't have worked out anyway. The music in the background is pretty chill, I like it. But it's also really quiet. But I was still holding on to the hope that I could make something better. That if I let go of my life I could bring a bigger hope to some other person. That's why I participated in the research, that's why I stood against Angela. Isn't it about time we ended this stalemate? We're at the dawn of the first day. If you are to drag on any further, I'll be left with no choice but to terminate all of you instantly. I'm with you on this one, we're never going to beat you at this rate. I didn't fight to spread only a meager half of the light. Gebura, how could you agree with her? We might lose everything. I'm with Angela too. Enoch's death deserves a better meaning than this half-baked light. I am not willing to gamble with everything we worked for. Say, Angela, if what you're saying is true, does it mean the employees who died in this place can come back as well? Indeed, you and your employees will wake up with brand new bodies. That doesn't erase all the pain and the employees went through. And all our hard work too. Even if this deal were to be put through, it would only delay the inevitable. How can we trust you not to betray us yet again? Betray? Don't be absurd. Have we ever once gathered around the table calmly discussing what we should do with this light? We haven't. I'll make sure to keep this promise though. Both you and I require the light in its whole, albeit for different reasons. I could use up this residue of light left for me right now, but I'd much prefer to have all of it. So I'd like to live more. I don't care if you want to die or not. I want to live my own life. And I'd like to learn more about the city and about this world I live in. Angela, once you've reclaimed all of the light, you are free to lay judgment upon me when the time comes. Though I won't sit back, of course. That is all I have to offer. If no one else objects, I'll proceed with it right away. I shall become a sentinel once more and watch your every action. It appears that we have come to an agreement. Don't worry, I have no plans to let this be the end. Life will call out to you once again, so take a nap until then. Whoever says out loud they wanna die is lying. They actually want to live more than anyone, so they express that urge in one way or another. On the other hand, when someone is genuinely willing to die, they end up disappearing silently. When Angela said she wanted to live, I felt something within me. That I want to live too. No one really wants to die, man. They all seem to regret it moments before death. Well, it's usually too late for them by the time they realize that. You seem well versed in that kind of stuff. You get to see all kinds of people when you work as a fixer. When I saw the desperation to live, I was reminded of my many employees who died right in front of my eyes back in lobotomy corporation. It's ironic how we're trying to save humanity, yet couldn't save their people right next to us. That's when I thought, if I could live more, what could I want to do? It's a good idea to think about your next move, yeah. How about you, Roland? Are you going to go back to being a fixer once you're free? Well, I'll have to think more on that. I still have a long way to go. Let's give it our best shot. Alright, here's to us. I can toast to that, alright, here's to us. Urban Plague. Scene 4. Urban Plague. He says I don't have a disease. And we're back to this font. Alright. I hate this. I still hate this. But we'll try to read this. Thelma, dear, it's all thanks to me that you could keep your position as head of the Southern Branch, so maybe you should return some of that favor, no? I know, that was the deal. What do you want this time? I want your crew to take care of the things on this list. I think I might be able to locate it soon enough. These are ridiculous requests. Well, though we have the right team for this. Let me guess, Section 2? Yes. See, I'm a very considerate person, Selma. The library is on the list as well, now appointed as an urban plague by the Han Association. That's the one I'm particularly interested in, actually. Roland, yeah, huh? If your estimation is correct, we'll have to thoroughly prepare ourselves for guests from major syndicates and even wings from now on, right? That was the third most surprising thing to happen to me here. What nonsense are you going on about this time? You just called me Roland. Because it's your name. I mean, yeah, but you've never referred to me with my name before. My level of trust to you has increased, and I want to reinforce our amity, so I tried referring to you in relatively more intimate terms. Is there a problem? Come on, just a burn answer. It's been a long while since anyone called me by my name still. The last time I heard this from my family, I guess. Didn't you say that your grandma disappeared long ago? Oh, I had a wife, you see? That's intriguing. Huh, you're not intrigued by the fact that someone like me managed to get married, right? You're intrigued by the whole concept of this inefficient practice among humans known as marriage, right? Please tell me more about your marriage. Just a heads up, it's an overload banal story with some sad moments. Don't think you really like it. I'm always open for new stories of others. I'm getting tired of all this reading. Says the one who won't even tell me the story of her own life. I can't bring myself to recount the story ever again. I'm simply too sick of it. It's a boring and trifling story that looped over and over for 10 millennia. Imagine reading the same book for 1 million years. You'll surely grow to resent it. I'd have choked myself by the time around the 5th time I'd be forced to read a boring book. Well, anyway, I used to work my ass off, had nothing better to do. I wasn't a bad fit for fixer work, coming from a rough background and all. As I kept walking like a busy bee, I got the house in a decent spot and met a so-called soulmate. She was such a tough woman. When I looked at her back, I felt the comfort of finding a place to belong to, something I couldn't feel even when I bought my house. I made so many attempts to try and catch her attention. Oh, am I dragging on too long? It's fine, please continue. This looks like the red mist, Gebura. I did get a bunch of opportunities to see her, since we were in the same industry. My wife was a pretty highly graded fixer, by the way. She was dependable for a reason. Anyway, countless ups and downs later, we tied the knot. I put it simply here, but the heartache I feel in those twists and turns was real. Both of us had piled up a hefty amount of money from working like dogs, so we decided to quit being fixers for a while and spend the peaceful time together. This part is kinda corny, but happy is the only word to describe how I felt really. I was alone my whole life and finally had someone to rely on. All we had to worry about was what to have for lunch, where to take a stroll in the evening, what to name my child and stuff. Then one day I got an urgent call from a friend asking me to do a request far away from home. You can probably guess where this is going by now. The job wasn't a huge deal and the pay was alright, so I decided to take it. The lady who lived with me said okay too. I was dispatched to a district famous for paging, which was my wife's favorite food. I could almost see her mouth water with the thought of eating it when she sent me off. To live up to my better half expectations, I purchased a stasis preservation box from Bureau Corp to present her with a warm paging that straight from the kitchen. But a huge incident occurred in my home district while I was away. The house collapsed, and my wife died alone with our child she was still pregnant with. I cried for a long while, cursing this fault in the city. I writhed and struggled trying to earn this happiness, so why does it have to slip out of my hands so easily? Alright, that's the end of my story. This kind of stuff can happen to anyone in the city. It's only a matter of endurance. And you could endure the trial. I am trying to settle it on my own terms. What was the second most surprising thing for you, by the way? Oh, that's working here suits me better than I thought, I guess. I'm saving the biggest surprise for the last. It's no fun to spoil everything at once, is it? Fine then, I'll leave you with searching the rest of the books. You can now transfer passive abilities. Let's see. So, the manual gives us the information, but I can tell you not with my voice. You probably hate, but I will. So we have these passive abilities, and every page has the passive abilities as well. And we can put like, let's see. We can use those pages. The breath ability on our page of Gyeonmi to have more light, right? Because it is a good passive ability. Now we can enhance evade dice at a 50% chance because of Yoon's hunch, and we can do that until our cost is full. So you see, some of those abilities are much more costly. Like Rain's page has the ability in times like this that costs 3 points, and we will probably use it. Or maybe we shouldn't, I don't know. No. We can't use two of the same abilities at once. And we can use Mika's, best choice. And blunt damage +2 will work as well. And you see, cost is 5 out of 6, but we have used all of our attribution slots, so we'll have to go with it. Confirm? Yes. And we have finished editing the key page. Now we have a lot more passive attributions than before. And with that information, if you watched until this point, you probably don't exist, but if you did, I sincerely thank you for watching, and I'll see you around. Goodbye!